I mean, when Ward wins this fight, it's no excuses, man. You got Triple G, who must make his move to the next division and face this man. Other than that, I mean, we can get Adonis Stevenson in there. You know, we can get Adonis Stevenson in the business too. Another guy with very minimal skill, footwork, head movement, able to slip punches. Not really a slick fighter. Just tries to rely on his punching power. Same as Crusher. Crusher is a little bit more sound than he is, though, than Adonis Stevenson is. You know, he's at least going to try to throw the jab. You know, he's going to try to go to the body. But, you know, Crusher doesn't, you know, he's not a guy that's going to be moving around on his toes a lot. He will, you know, move here and there, but it's not the type of boxing movement that you would want to see from a guy at this level of boxing, that's able to get in and get out at will, you know, which he hasn't really had to his credit, because he's so strong, you know, and guys from that region of the world, man, is something about their bone structure. You know, those guys have extremely heavy bones. It's like their bones are like overly calloused or something, like their bones are extremely heavy, man. So I mean, I've played sports with guys from that part of the world, and you know, football and basketball, and it's hard to hold those guys back, man. It's hard to box them out. If you're playing basketball, it's hard to take them down if you playing football. And when you do, man, you meet opposition. You know, it's painful, you know, to clash bones with them. But, you know, it's going to be a good fight, man. I mean, you could call it however you want it. You could call a knockout for Crusher. You can call one for Ward. You could say Ward's going to outbox the guy. You could say Ward's defense is better. You could say Crusher is going to cut off the ring so Ward can't move as much. I mean, there's so many different variables in this fight that makes it so intriguing, and this is what makes people excited, man, because as the saying goes, styles make fights, and you got a puncher in there with a boxer, in there with a guy that can punch, in there with a guy that can get inside and be a banger. Crusher can be a banger. He can also box from the outside as well. He just doesn't move as well to be as slick as Ward. So Ward has some advantages working in his corner for him, man, in this fight. You know, he can utilize the jab. He can box outside. When that's not working, he can get inside. When that's not working, he can begin to move around and try different angles. You know, he could try to pick his punches and pick Crusher apart. You know, it's so many different things that he can do, but there are so many different things that Crusher can do to neutralize a lot of those things that Ward is going to try to do. But I just believe that Ward has multiple game plans going into this fight. He's going to try to mix it up a lot and try to confuse Crusher, you know, and keep the pressure off of him. But Crusher's main goal is going to be to keep the pressure on Ward for most of the fight. I know that that's what he's going to do. That would be the smart thing to do. He can stand outside, and he can, you know, deliver with his reach. Some pretty crisp, hard punches to Ward. I think that he's going to be looking to set Ward up. He can possibly stun Ward if he goes straight down the pipe. Not saying that it's really easy, but Ward has moments in the fight, in fights that I've seen recently, where he gets sloppy sometimes. You know, especially when he's trying to go over the top with his hooks. When he's trying to go over the top, instead of standing in the pocket and delivering his hooks, sometimes he'll try to take an angle and he'll try to throw a hook, to give him a blind, to give him a blind right. Sometimes he'll try to give him a blind left, but mostly he'll try to throw that blind right. Try to hit him on the blind side where they can't see the punch coming. And, he'll throw it at an angle. But in most cases, a lot of the times, Ward misses that shot. So I know Crusher's going to be looking to exploit that against Ward. So many different variables, man. But whoever wins is big for boxing. But you would want Ward to win this fight because there's more beef brewing in the stew if he's to face Triple G or Adonis Stevenson. We would want to see Crusher. We could see Crusher go up against Stevenson, but we already know that him and Triple G won't happen. We've already heard all of the stories about how they're good friends and they won't fight each other and all of this corny stuff. So, I really don't want that for boxing. For this guy, I'm not sitting here trying to hate on Crusher because I like Crusher a lot, man. I love the way that guy gets in there and just takes care of business and gets guys out of there. He finds ways to get guys out of there. And that's what I like about Ward too. They always find a way to win, and that's what makes this fight so intriguing, man. Because you really don't know who's gonna come out of there on top. You could be confident in your guy, and you can pick your guy and say, this is how he's gonna win. I mean, we can all pick a 12-round decision, but how are they gonna get the 12-round decision? That's the thing that you want to know. How are they gonna get it? Are they going to get it boxing all night? Or is it going to be a rough, brutal fight all night? Is Ward going to do his best, to box on the outside, to move most of the fight and go in and out? Is he going to bang? Are there going to be mostly power shots being delivered from both guys? Are we going to see a lot of tip-tap jabs from Ward and a lot of power shots from Crusher? There's so many different things that we can ask, from both sides, actually. But what I really truly believe what's gonna make the difference in this fight is the ability to defend. You're gonna have to be able to defend yourself well if you want to survive in this fight. One or two punches from either guys, in the wrong area is gonna cost the other guy to fight. A lot of nerves are gonna be on the line for both guys, which means a lot of energy is going to be overly exerted, so whoever tires first, that right there is probably going to be a loser. The guy that's well conditioned, to take shots, well conditioned, to go more than 12 rounds, well conditioned to be on their, the stamina should be up. Things of that nature. So you got to be looking for conditioning in this fight from all different sides, as far as their stamina, as far as being able to take shots, and just finding a way to be the victor in this fight. So I've been talking a little bit too long, man. I like to keep them at 8, but I'm going into 9 right now. So I will say this again, Ward wins, we get to see Triple G. Ward loses, we will not see Triple G move up in weight. We won't see him challenge Crusher. And it doesn't make any sense for him to take on somebody like Stevenson and broaden the light heavyweight division and the lower divisions, the middleweights. So I don't know, man. I'm anticipating Ward winning this fight, with sheer boxing skill, boxing on the outside, going in and out on the inside, picking his shots well, going to the body and the head, and trying to fight at angles and trying to keep Crusher guessing and tired. That's what I see throughout this fight. We can get into more details, man. But I gotta go. It's 10 minutes on the clock. Let me know what y'all think, man. Peace.